All right, you guys wanted me to rant. You guys wanted me to go back to my essence, start spazzing on topics and doing my nonsense. And, I have a whole list of stuff that I've been wanting to rant on for a while now. I've been trying to keep it professional with the reviews, stuff like that, stuff that doesn't like upset people. But today ain't that day. So if you're easily upset, easily triggered, this is your warning. You get 2 seconds. I lied. Let's get into it. Today we're talking about shoe sizing. Shoe sizing is important. And for some reason, I don't understand why, but maybe it's an American thing, I don't know. But having a smaller foot seems to be like a cool thing. Like the term sizing down is a thing. Everybody says, oh, it fits like this, size down. Oh, if it's a knit shoe, size down. If it's this shoe, size down. I'm like, what? If you are running, your foot is gonna swell. Your foot swells. As in like blood rushes to your feet because you're exercising that part of the body and it's a lot of pounding happening, so it's gonna swell a little bit. Therefore, you need a little space. I'm not saying you need a whole foot hand worth of space in your shoe, but just a little bit. All right, let's go back to, I would say about a year and a half ago. I was at a finish line. I was going in, I was trying to buy some Nikes, I think, and I overheard a conversation. I was walking past a guy, this young kid and the employee at finish line. Of course, there was a whole section of Brooks and Asics and other shoes, but he went straight to the Nikes. So I couldn't help but overhear the conversation. The kid's like, I'm starting up running. I'm not really that much into it. I'm kind of going for a 5K race maybe in a few months, but I'm just trying to get started. The guy's like, yeah. So I kind of look over to see what he's looking at, and I see him pulling out some Nikes. And I see him pulling out some Nike Frees. So I'm like, okay. So you just passed the Epic Reacts, you passed on the Vomeros that they had at the time, and they passed on the Pegasus, and the guy went straight to the Nike Free and was like, this is a good shoe, this is what you need. And I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. So the kid goes, all right, sure, I'll try a pair. So the guy asks, what's your size? And this is where I give credit to the kid. The kid's probably 14, 15 years old, and he goes, I wear a size 10 in my regular shoes, and so I might be a 10 and a half. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, kid, you get it a little bit. You might want to size up a little bit. It all depends on how the shoe fits, obviously, but in typical terms, you want to wear a little bit more space than what you wear in your regular HypeBeast shoes. The kid got it. And then the employee goes, oh, no, you wear size 10 in your regular shoes? And the kid goes yeah. He goes, oh, you should wear 9.5. And I'm like, did he just say to go down to have a size in a Nike because you're running in it? So the guy explains, oh, well, when you're running, you want a tight, snug fit. You don't want your foot to be moving around at all. You want to be nice and fast and keep it real tight to your foot, like soccer cleats. That's what he said, like soccer cleats. And I'm like, oh my God, this is why everyone wears their shoes so tight and complain about plantar fasciitis and my toes goes numb. And Jamie, this shoe doesn't work. This shoe fits, the toe box is too small because you're wearing the shoe too small, guys. And this mindset that this guy had is so prevalent across the world, across the HypeBeast community. And you guys, I'm sorry. I watch a lot of YouTubers. I watch a lot of sneakerhead YouTubers. It's so cringeworthy when I see these HypeBeast sneakerhead channels with 1 million subscribers and they tell you guys, you want to size down in your Ultra Boost. You want to size down in your Pegasus. You want to size down this. You want to size that. You need to shut the hell up. For real. You are hurting people. You guys who are not running, who are reviewing running shoes, just stop it. Stop it. You're ruining the running culture. If you want to wear your Yeezys to where they feel like socks, that's great. I know the knit stretches, and I know that. I know. And people complain how come these shoes, the top of my shoe rips up? Because you're wearing a shoe that's too small, guys. If your foot's a 10 and the shoe's exactly at a 10, it means you have no room to move. There ain't nothing happening. You're not splaying out your toes. You're going to be just cramped up. When you run, you want your foot to be able to splay out naturally. If you're running with no shoe, you wouldn't be doing this the whole time. You'd be like this. You'd be running. Boom, 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 boom. When you wear a shoe too small, you're pretty much doing this. Your feet shouldn't be doing the Black Panther fist. It should be relaxed. I'm just saying, guys, you just understand. It's not that hard. If I measure my foot on a branded device, it's gonna come up around 10.5, 10.6. So I go size 11 in most shoes. And it's not rocket science. If I try a shoe and it fits big, guess what? Then I size down. But so many times people are just going with the generic size of going down half a size because it's running. I'm not sure who started this whole routine of you should size down in your running shoes because you want to tight. No, stop it. Stop it now. No. Now, if we're talking spikes, track spikes, maybe that's different because, you know, you're wearing that shoe for a few seconds, a minute. You know, if you're wearing a 10K on the track, maybe more. But obviously, you're not wearing it for your long all day, all around training shoes. If you're going for 30, 40 minutes in a shoe, which, I mean, a lot of you guys probably run about that time doing your workouts or just wearing the shoe between working outs and cool downs and all that. That's a long time to be doing this with your feet. It's a long time. Cause injuries. Some cause a lot more fatigue. Your calves, Jamie, my calves get tight when I run. You know why? Because you're doing this with your feet. Everything's contracting. Everything's compressed. Everything, you can't do that, guys. So please, HypeBeast, if you're watching this, just stop. When it comes to the running people, just leave them alone. If your foot's a size 10 and you wear your Yeezys an 8.5 because you want a nice, snug, sock-like fit, do you. But leave the runners out of this, okay? Some people want a thumb's width. Some want a finger's width, like an index finger. Some want a pinky's width. Just have something there, something. You shouldn't be pushing to the edge of this shoe, all right? I'm not saying you need a whole gap. I'm not saying you need all that. You don't want it too loose, obviously. No, I'm not trying to say wear your shoes like a clown, but just fit the way it should fit. I'm not sure why in shoes we do this, because if it's a shirt, we obviously wear shirts that fit, right? If I see a guy who's 275 pounds, who is 6 foot, and he's wearing a size small shirt, we would all go, that doesn't fit you. Why are you wearing that, right? For some reason, when it comes to shoe size, we go, oh, it's okay. Just wear what fits you. It's okay. I know a lot of ladies who go, I don't want to have big foot. This is a side note. For the ladies who don't want to size up or whatever, I'm not sure if it's a confident thing. I'm not sure if it's a culture thing. Sometimes I know having smaller feet is like considered petite and more feminine. I don't know. But as a guy, I am a guy. I don't think I've ever went to a girl who was attractive and go, oh man, she's kind of cute, but she wears a size 8.5, and you know, and I only date girls that wear 7s. So she's not quite as cute as I thought she was. No, that's not a thing. Just stop. Just wear what fits you. Now, if you're someone who just wants to wear a certain size and you don't want to wear anything else and you only wear this size, you know what? I try to help. But you know what? It's a rant. There's no real conclusion to this. It's my advice. You don't got to listen to me. It's just a rant. So with that said, be sure to stay in school. Don't do drugs. If you can, keep it tight. But not too tight. Make sure you get the right size. You don't want it like too tight. Just tight enough to kind of like be snug in the midfoot, but not too much tight in the toes. Just, all right.